Hello everyone. Hi. We are going to discuss today about SAP. What exactly SAP is? Many of queries I have received in my past webinars that uh, different stream students or candidate or professionals from the different geography, different education streams, they want to continue their career with SAP. So they asked me how they can start and what exactly SAP is, how and which modules suitable to them. So many of them are having not awareness, or you can say very less awareness about SAP and its module. So in this today's video, I'm going to tell you what exactly SAP is, how you can groom your career in SAP, and not only that, but what exactly SAP modules and SAP educations are, how you can get the different modules related to your education stream. It should be complement to whatever the education you are carrying. So that is how you can choose that particular module. Not only that, you can also get to know the insights of SAP, where it is all spread. Once you go ahead with the career with SAP, so how you can get a job or how you can get different opportunities in SAP, and what is the benefit of SAP global certification. So we are going to cover all of these in this today's webinar. And before starting this webinar, let me just share my screen so that you all also see what exactly need to be there, so that it is more informative like. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible. All right. So let's start this video. Name it as Shaping Career with SAP by Sukesh Sachdeva. Okay, so myself, Sukesh Sachdeva, I have been into the industry from last 16 years. And if you talk specifically, I have worked in various verticals, where you can say uh, career opportunities, where I have worked on robotics, speech science, data science, and some of the mobile and web applications. And thereafter, I have moved to SAP. And last 3 to 4 years, I'm doing specifically SAP and its surroundings. What exactly SAP is, how the different licenses, how implementation works in SAP, and how you can uh, get into SAP global certifications or trainings, authorized trainings and all. So it is kind of that kind of scenario. So if you want to connect or follow with to me, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and you can just scan the code so that you got to know a little bit more about my background and history. So with that note, let me start how the SAP and how you can say the career can be as an option with SAP. Okay, so agenda for this today's video is very crisp and clear. We are going to tell you what exactly SAP is, how SAP is associated in different industry segments, and how the solutions, partners, and client network work. And then SAP education, the most prominent. When you step into SAP, so how you can get this kind of SAP education uh, from SAP, from its partner, and how you can get from the industry. Then, after all, when you step into SAP, the main crux, I mean, why you want to take the training is just for the opportunity and job. So, how you can get the different job opportunities with SAP, salary comparison, and when you want to move ahead with the SAP, so what is the specific module which can complement your education or professional summary. So that is the whole agenda of today's video is. I hope this information would be very informative to you, and many of you can use this as a in the positive synergy, and you can uplift your career in SAP. Okay, so we'll be having a question answer round because this is a recorded video. So what you can do, put your question in the comment box section so that I can address your questions, or I'll be coming up with the new videos with that questions or answer round as well. Okay, so let's start this particular video with a background history of SAP and how it all emerges. SAP, as you know, it's a German-based company. It all started in 1972. It was like five friends from IBM. They were in IBM and they left IBM and they started their own venture, which is like SAP. So if you see, SAP is a short abbreviation of systems, applications, and products. So if you move ahead, what exactly the system, how the applications work, and what are the products and the scenarios. So all of these surrounding, they have made this particular company, SAP, and they have made a product which is the biggest ERP in the world, which is known as SAP. So typically saying, SAP is the biggest ERP in the world, whereas more than 20,000 ERPs are running, and SAP is the global leader. From 1972 till today in 2024, it's been 52 years. They are globally leader in supply chain management, logistic management, human resource management, financial management. So that is kind of scenario SAP is carrying on. When we talk about SAP, they have different solutions and different products. So it can be business one, business by design, business S4HANA. So we are here to talk specifically on S4HANA, or you can say ECC, or you can say ECC and S4HANA, SAP, and it's emerging. So we are not talking about any smaller entity here. So we are talking about the entity which is being used in different organizations. And when I say organization, it is global MNCs. Minimum turnover is carrying like 1,000 crore plus. So that is kind of scenario SAP is carrying. So that means from last 52 years, if SAP is a global leader, it has groomed so well that it is capturing almost all the MNCs market. So we'll see what kind of different companies SAP is using, what kind of industry segment is there, and what is the market share of SAP. Now, for just basic understanding, SAP is the global leader in when we say any ERP, and they are having all the problematic solutions readily available for in case any upcoming company or any company want to adopt that kind of business scenario. From last 52 years, SAP has groomed so well that they have captured 75 companies, and during this period, if you say last company was captured in just last year only, 2023. So initially, the SAP was like they started with FICO module, which we say financial and controlling, but actually it is financial management and controlling is known as management accounting. Okay, so FICO is also carrying different exams. FI is carrying different exam. Controlling is having different exam. So initially they were having R1, R2, R3 architecture. What exactly R1, R2, R3 is? It's a real-time data processing, or you can say layered architecture. So initially they were carrying layer one, which is like database layer. So it is known as R1, and then database and presentation layer, and then they also come up with R3, which is database, application, and presentation layer. Whatever the work you do is on the presentation layer. Whatever the backend developer do the work on database layer, application layers. So it is kind of integration between all of these scenarios. And let's move ahead what exactly the SAP and emerging history, and then what all industries are there, so that it would be easy to choose a different scenario or different module for you. When we say SAP, we already spoken about like they are global leader. We already spoken about they are having the more and more market share. So when I say more and more market share, it is carrying to 65 to 68% of the market share they are carrying in the industry. So that means from any educational or any professional background, if you see a potential company where you want to groom your career is, You list down 10 companies, 8 out of 10 companies, they are using SAP, global MNCs. So it is kind of 6 to 7 companies as per market scenario, they are into SAP. Okay, so 65 to 68% market share, they are the global leader, and 28 plus industries they are serving. Okay, so uh, when it works like in the industry segment, SAP cannot go to each and everywhere. So they have made a partner network. So there are 21,000 plus partners. They are like implementation partner. There are some support partner or licensing partner or education partner. So they have made a partner network from where you can get whatever the knowledge you want. Okay, so these are called authorized partner network for SAP. Similarly, if you talk about the companies, there are 450,000 plus companies or businesses, they are using SAP. We'll see what exactly those names are, some of them, because we cannot mention 450,000 names over a single slide. So let's move ahead. Okay, so typically they are present globally and locally. There are 188 countries who are using SAP. There are more than 28 industries using SAP. If you talk about Adani, Ambani, Reliance, or you talk about Accenture, Minda, Boat, or Indian Railway, Air India, they all are using SAP. Okay, now, we have spoken about SAP like they are market share, they are market leader, they are supply chain leader, they are procurement leader, human capital management leader. So almost all of the business problems, they are solving this kind of, you can say, the solution. Okay, so when I say they are a global leader, let's see some of the industries where all of these SAP is being used. So these are typical industries where SAP is being used. Okay, so if you talk about aerospace and defense, 100% of the aerospace they are using SAP. Media, automobile, milk product, higher education. Not only that, telecommunication, insurance, healthcare, all of these segments they use SAP. When we say different scenarios or different industries, let's see what exactly those names when I say industrial management or industries. So let's see some of the names on the screen. These are some of the companies they're using SAP. So you might be aware about IBM, Infosys, Wipro, Deloitte. You are aware about Whistlecon or Cognizant. Not only those. I mean, these are implementation partner for SAP, and there are huge client base like Mahindra, Skoda, Mercedes, or Philips, or it can be Coca-Cola, or it can be Pepsi. So these are global brands where you can step into if you have SAP as an education. Okay, so you might be aware of a couple of these names, but how about these names? They are very much familiar. So McDonald is using SAP, Nestle, Unilever, Motorola, Sharp, Siemens. They all are global leaders and they all use SAP. So stepping into SAP is a door opening for you for these companies. Okay, so that is kind of scenario we are discussing here. Now, when it comes to SAP education, we have learned the background history of SAP. We cannot give you all of the glimpse in just 25 to 30 minutes. So that is why we are covering a very, very informative piece of information so that you got to know what exactly SAP is and how you can groom your career in SAP. When it comes to education, SAP is almost in 188 countries and 5 lakh people trained annually in SAP globally. So that means uh, authorized education, nearly 5 lakh people, they take authorized education. And 4 lakh 20,000 people certified SAP global certification exam. So they are authorized and taking global certification exam because this is having the different value. If you clear the exam sitting in any city of India or US or any city of Germany, the same exam is valid throughout the world wherever the SAP is being used. So that means if you are sitting in any city of New Delhi, and you are clearing this exam. So this exam is valid in Germany, US, Canada, China, Japan, or any country in the world, any corner of the world where SAP is being used. SAP company is absorbing that kind of people and manpower who are globally certified. Okay, so let's see a detailed on the how SAP education can help you, how you can shape your career, and what exactly global jobs and opportunities, salary comparison, and modules are available for SAP if you want to step into SAP. Okay, but before that, just if SAP is being used and they need SAP professionals, so how you can get into SAP and what exactly the benefits carrying SAP education to your profile. So there is a list of different, you can say, additional feather in the cap, or there is a different value addition, you can say, when you step into SAP education. So the first one is the job security, because globally for like 50,000 companies, global MNCs, they are using SAP. They need professionals from SAP background. So it is a global job security, whereas you can step into SAP and you can spend 25 to 30 years in SAP and it is still in demand. So that is kind of scenario and security for you. So it is kind of hire and retire policy when you step into SAP and grooming your career in SAP. It is a world renowned companies who are using SAP. There is a attractive pay packages when you step into any other scenarios, and comparison to SAP, the grooming chances are like exponential, because after 2 to 3 years you are crossing, you are surpassing like 10 to 15 lakhs of barrier. So a couple of companies, they are having very good salary packages in respect to when they come into SAP. There is a latest technologies, because SAP is being used in almost all of the scenarios, all of the segments, different industries. So all of the latest technologies is being adopted, and it is a choice of, you can say, uh, technology or choice of career. When I say choice of career, you can spend your uh, little bit background on the any module, and you can switch from one module to another module. You can switch horizontal and vertical. So all of your experience will be counted in SAP. So that means it is particularly a choice of your solution area where you can want to work and you want to grow in. Okay, so uh, stepping into SAP will leave you a global salary hike. It is a global opportunities, and it is a growth in your career. Okay, so it is getting you into the niche and the top of your career. That is kind of scenario when you step into SAP. Doing SAP and stepping into SAP, how and where you can groom your career. When you get SAP knowledge and education, because SAP is having 1,25,000 plus R&D staff. So you can choose SAP as a career option, you can choose SAP customers as a career option, or you can choose SAP partner as a career option. And you can step into consulting, supporting, training, project management, and sales pre-sales in SAP. Not only that, when you step into SAP, there are different roles where you can play in SAP when you step into SAP as a junior consultant, developer, or stepping into the consultant or solution engineer, or you can step into the trainer or principal consultant. So there are a huge horizontal or vertical switch over where you can step into SAP, getting SAP education, and having SAP as a knowledge. You can work as a consultant, you can work as a shadow consultant, you can work as a trainer, you can work as a solution engineer, and you can work as a remote engineer. So there are multiple career options when you step into SAP. Okay. So these are a couple of companies or client base which we have just seen in the previous slide as well. So let you take to do the salary comparison before choosing the module. So if you go into the coding language of SAP, if you go into that kind of scenario, if typically a Java programmer is there, you see the 40 to 50% hike when it comes to SAP education. Okay, and similarly in the other modules. So SAP is not a coding language for coding person. SAP is for everyone. If you are from the BCom, from MCom, BCA, MCA, or from you can say BSc, MTech, BTech, any scenario you are having any education, you can step into functional or technical module. Let's come to that conclusion after salary comparison. Okay, so this is the typical salaries in SAP when you going into the market. So a couple of companies, they are having a 6 to 8 lakh as a fresher package. Couple of companies, they are giving to 3 to 4 lakhs as a salary package. And believe me, 3 to 4 lakh is also good. I mean, when you start your career. But the exponential growth is after 2 to 3 years. When you step into SAP, get global certification, get authorized education, it is like exponential growth. From 3 to 4 lakhs, I've seen people jumping from 12 to 15 lakh within 2 to 3 years. Whereas no other technology is giving that kind of advantage. So these are some of the typical, I mean, you can search on naukri.com or monster.com or SAP career professionals, where you can see what kind of salary they are offering to freshers and to experiences. Okay, now let's come to a point where you can see what kind of roles and the different modules are there. Okay, so when I say different modules, so just 1 second, let me just figure this out. So there are, I have divided into 3 different particular module segments if we talk about SAP. So SAP is for technical modules, SAP having the functional module and techno-functional. So typically when we say SAP as an education, so there are a technical module where if you are having a coding background, like you are having C or Java coding background, or if you are having a good database knowledge, you can step into technical module, which is ABAP and basis. When I say apart from the coding background, there are functional module where you don't need any coding background requirement, and it is kind of a scenario where you can step into SAP, you are into SAP and you don't need any coding experience on the backend side. So all the coding people, all of the people who are doing C and Java coding with the database knowledge, they can step into ABAP, which is very much in demand, and many companies they are adopting ABAP. Like if you are having ABAP knowledge, so they are immediately before you start your training, they get your interview and give you pre-placement offer letter. So that is kind of scenario if you are having ABAP knowledge. And if you are having knowledge on the like system administration or networking side, then you can go into the basis. Okay, then some of the advanced module are coming up with UI, Fiori and all. For any person who is having background knowledge of BCom, MCom, or BA, or you can say BSc, not computer science, or it can be Tech, MTech, electrical, mechanical, they can step into functional module. Okay, now there are 5 functional module. One is the finance and controlling, which is FICO module of financial accounting and management accounting. The another one is HR, which is like human capital management and success factors. The 3 modules SD, MM, PP, they are coming under the logistic management, or you can say supply chain management, where you can step into that kind of scenario. And these 5 modules, they don't require any coding background. Okay, and now on the techno-functional side, you can have multiple module knowledge like ABAP plus HR, ABAP plus SD, or NetWeaver, or business intelligence, business warehouse kind of things. So these are the typical SAP modules available in the market. There are advanced modules also available like UI, UX, or Fiori, UI5 Fiori, or you can say Hybris, Concur, or you can say Ariba. So they are also the advanced module, and it is always advisable if you don't have any specific background knowledge of SAP, you can step into the first basic module and then go to the advanced module. just looking at this particular slide, on the right hand side, you can see what kind of the background knowledge you are having, and what kind of the SAP module you can choose. If you are having the coding background, you can choose a BAP. If you are having any engineering background knowledge, you can choose PP, SDMM. Or if you are having any commerce background, or you have any, you can say, financial knowledge, so you can choose the FICO module, or HR person can choose HR, as previously we discussed. So now we have seen what kind of different modules are there, how you can choose your module, and how you can step into SAP as a education. Now, to summarize this, it is kind of having 65 to 60%, 68% of market share. SAP is the global leader. They are having presence in 188 countries, for like 50,000 plus customers are using, 21,000 plus partner network. When it comes to professional network, they are having 13 million plus SAP professionals worldwide. Okay, so what are the benefits? Summarizing these benefits: salary hike 35 to 40%, job promotion, or it is a stable job, career global opportunities, or having greater self-confidence when you step into the latest technologies. So that is some of the value addition, or you can say benefits of doing SAP. Now, we come to the conclusion of this particular webinar, and I have received a couple of questions which I want to show you live right now, that when you step into SAP education, how and which kind of, you can say, uh, company or training institute you can choose. So let me just show you how you can choose SAP as a training partner, and which training partner you can choose. So choosing a training partner is very tedious job. Okay, it is kind of there are n number of companies are available. How you can decide which company is suitable, or which education entity is authorized by SAP? So you can do very basic check on this particular site. On google.com, you just type whatever the keyword you want to type, like best SAP training institutes in India, or wherever you are sitting, like Delhi or anywhere. Now, if you see, SAP is going show, I mean, Google is showing you different institutes. Okay, so you can see all of these institutes are there. Okay, now to choosing right institute, because any entity can have a good trainers and good learning partners, but you have to decide based on your knowledge how you can choose your career partner. So if you want to go at, SAP is divided into like authorized and non-authorized partners. So now if you want to choose between these, which one is authorized or which one is non-authorized, so you can see there are n number of companies are coming. So how you can decide which company is good, which company is bad? It is not good or bad, it is kind of authorization only, because anyone can have good trainers or bad trainers. uh, it is the one who is making you understand is a good trainer, whether it is your friend, whether it is your senior or not. So choosing right company, you can go to the SAP official website, which is sap.com. When you go to sap.com, you can go to partner network, find SAP partner. So you can ask SAP directly that which companies are your partners. So search SAP partner finder. Now SAP is asking you four options. You can choose in first India, done. Leave this blank, leave industry blank. Now partner name. You can select one by one and see which companies are your partners or not, which companies are authorized partner of SAP. Like for example, I can give you a couple of example because this is a non-promotional video, so I cannot specifically name some of the companies. So you can choose different companies from Google, and you can put their name here and see whether they are partner or not. A couple of companies which are SAP's partner, like Siemens, okay, then Atos, then Primus, then Delphi. Okay, so couple of companies you can find here which are partner. Now, for example, if I go ahead with any company, or if you go ahead with the industries, education. Sorry. So you can see higher education partner. Okay. So these are different partner companies who provide higher education. Okay. So this is how you can check whether any company, any institute you are talking to is a partner or not. So this is the way you should check whether any company, any entity you are talking to is providing you the authorized education or not. Okay. So this is kind of scenario you can check by yourself. For example, if you click on any company, you can see here what kind of partnership the company is carrying. For example, you can see what kind of partnership it is carrying. So if any company you are talking to is a partner, you need to check whether they are an education partner or not. If they are education partner, then only they can use SAP license and SAP authorization. Okay, so this is how you can select any particular company. Now, coming back to another question, there is another website, training.sap.com, where you can choose the different solution certification exam. You can see the list of valid certifications, and these certifications you can choose when you step into SAP career and when you want to go for the global certification exam. Now, if you click on this particular arrow, you will see there's a soon to expire certification. So a couple of people ask me that what exactly SAP ECC is, HANA and all. So SAP ECC and HANA, it is kind of when you fetch database. I mean, there was a third-party database like Oracle or any other. So there was a ECC to fetch the data. ECC is called as ERP central component, from where you use this component and to fetch the data. And then later on, SAP developed their own database, which is called as HANA, the fourth generation S4 HANA, which is like latest. So you can choose the right exam from this particular option, because now, for example, I'm giving you very typical example. Many people move from ECC to HANA because they think that this is the latest. But when you step into SAP, SAP is emerging everyday basis. And HANA to cloud journey is also coming up. For example, if you click soon to expire, so there is a list of exams. You can see this global certification which are going to expire. So you can see the date on the right hand side when it is going to expire. For example, on ABAP, on HANA exam is going to expire on March 28th. That means if you are clearing this exam before March 28th, so it is giving you the option to clear that particular exam. But after March 28th, this will be discontinued. So what exactly the option is? No, because as for HANA exam, the ABAP on HANA exam is also discontinued. Not only this, but this particular, so both the exams are discontinued after 28 March. So you need to see what exactly the latest upcoming trend with SAP is. So available options, you can see the latest is coming up cloud. Okay, and when you see view details, you can see what exactly the content it is covering. So it is now known as SAP Certified Associate Backend Developer ABAP Cloud. And these are the content particular. Okay, so how you can choose this particular content is exactly leading you to this global certification exam. So that means if you are using right education, which is covering these particular topics, so then only you can clear this particular exam. Okay. And you can see the ABAP certification, how it is going to be. For example, I'm giving you a very you can say different example, like for finance and controlling, how and when any choosing any module and choosing any exam, how you can choose that particular thing. So for FICO, if you say FICO here, so you see there are particular things are coming, but for FICO, the exam is going to cover in the syllabus S4 F01. Okay, if you put this particular code, so you'll see S4 F01 financial accounting or professional. So TS4 F01 is the academy part 1. So this is the syllabus you need to cover for FICO. Not only for FICO, this is FI on HANA, because FI is different, CO is different. So this is FI on HANA. And if you see what is the prerequisite, you should be having the basic knowledge of accounting. Now, similarly, when you cover TS4 F01, you need to cover TS4 F02. If you see, so this particular is having Academy Part 2. Now, these two are for FI on HANA syllabus and exam. Now, if you see, TS4 is having this particular content. Now, revision of TS4 F01, TS4 F02. Covering these particular two things, what are the prerequisite? For TS4 F02, you need to have TS4 F01 knowledge. So if you are covering these both, what is the goal? You are going to ahead with the certification exam for application associate for S4HANA. So that is kind of TC underscore TSFI 2021. So this particular exam you are going to cover. And here also you can see participants must work TS4 F01 and F02. You can take the certification exam of this particular thing. Now, if you copy this and see what exactly this exam is. So this is a global certification exam, which you can go ahead if you covering those particular topics. So this is a SAP certified associate exam. Okay. So similarly, TS4 F03 is for controlling part. Okay, Academy part 1 and TS4 F04. So in this way, you can select and you can choose particular which topics need to be covered, which exam need to be covered, and how and where. Now you have seen that how you can choose right partner. It is up to you whether you want to continue with SAP partner, if you want to continue with SAP non-partner, because there is a huge value addition and huge difference between a partner and non-partner. Okay, so SAP partner can use SAP license, SAP partner can register you as SAP, and their education will be having inbuilt global certification exams. So that is kind of the value additions are there. And after clearing the SAP exam, you can use SAP logo in your resume, you can use SAP badge in your LinkedIn. So multiple value additions are there in that respect. So when you choose right education, then only it is kind of SAP is recognizing that particular thing. And SAP also gives you their career portal for selecting particular jobs, because you are doing, if you are doing authorized education, you can choose from different organizations and apply directly to them. SAP helps you for that as well. Okay. So I hope all of the scenarios, different modules, what exactly the background history of SAP and how you can groom your career in SAP, all of these things have been touch base. And with that note, I am just winding up this particular video. And in case you have a couple of more questions, you want to see how and which modules specifically you want to know more details on that particular modules and videos, just put me in the comment box so that I can make those particular videos for your information, and you can choose right career exam, right career option, and right education and syllabus related to your module. Okay, so thank you very much. Looking forward for such more videos. Thank you.